Okay, I'm getting the mic ready. Okay. Okay, just dropping the phone back off, grabbing my duct tape, and we will be ready to go. Hope everyone is having a wonderful Saturday. Seems like a good Saturday so far. Nothing super exciting is happening on my end. Nothing super bad. All around good. Let me get this light to turn off. Okay. That's the first thing we do. Let's peek up. Let's see what the temperature is today. For those that are questioning, no, I'm not using my glasses at the moment. I have some stuff I want to get done before then. We'll be using those very soon. So currently temperature is, 8 degrees C, or that is about 48 Fahrenheit. Freedom measurements, of course, it's a cloudy day. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. And the stairs are extremely slippery. Luckily I have good balance. But cloudy day. Chemtrailing hidden in under those clouds. So still a little snow on the ground. But all in all good. So today we're going to continue down the permaculture concept that I want to keep addressing and talking about. So we're going to be talking about recycling today and the additional fours, which include reduce, reuse, repair, and recycle. We're going to be talking about all of those today as we feed the chickens and we go on our other types of venture. I'm going to move this over here. It kind of gets in the way when I want to flip. I want to flip the screen to me. So hope you guys are getting ready. I think 10 days till Christmas or so, something like that. It's not very far off. Hopefully we get some snow here because I prefer Christmas to be snowy. So we're gonna get some stuff prepped up, ready for Lisa to, ready for Lisa to get water. Oh, so we got another, so we're gonna talk about recycling and we're gonna get Lisa some water and we're gonna work on 2 additional chores. So you guys will get to see some additional chores. The first chore is I have to clean that up because the wind just ripped rip that apart, get that fixed and ready to go. And then we're going to button up part of the handy run. I'll show you guys that as well. We're going to get that dressed and bumped up so that that's working as well. So we've got let's get that cleaned up. I think the easiest way for you guys to be able to see me do it is probably come right over here, put you guys on there, and spin that around. And then if I do this right, I will also be able to see the camera, which is very useful. So the reason I haven't, so some of you guys might be wondering, well, Doc, didn't you get a new pair of cool glasses? And aren't you going to be doing streaming from your Meta glasses? And I absolutely am going to be doing streaming from my Meta glasses. I just haven't got everything set up yet the way to get them to work the way I'd like them to work. So I need to do some playing around with them. I need to actually understand how the video works all in all first before I get into streaming in that way. So I'm also I added a few new things to the stream. There should be Facebook should be visible, my YouTube channel should be visible, and I finally got, I think it was last night when I streamed on my cameras, I finally got the ability to be able to stream live on Instagram. So that should be available for me too. If you want to follow me on Instagram, Instagram's one of the few things I have different that's not X Factor Firefly. It's X Factor Firefly 37. So you guys can check that out. Let's jump into my cheat sheet now and talk about what we're going to talk about today. So we're going to talk about beyond recycling. The recycle. Level 1 recycling is kind of, putting your shit in that box and letting the state take it away, which I think is really silly. I suggest don't doing that. You're kind of wasting your time. You're not really doing anything. And if you follow a lot of states are getting rid of that. That doesn't mean you shouldn't do anything. That doesn't mean that the stuff that can have a second home, another purpose, that there's not a use for it. So here in Appalachia, a lot of times with grocery stores being so far away, with hardware stores being far away, and with just, I don't know, it's just one of the natural things that you do here when you are a farmer and you live in the grounds. So, and you live more in tune with nature, is you figure out ways to reuse a lot of your stuff. So like, I'll actually reuse this tent, this ripped tent right here. I've actually already had some plans in action of what I will be doing next with it. So just because for this particular project, it is no longer useful for, it does not mean that there's not a future project that I will not use this for. So when you're just basic level, the first thing you need to do is, after you're done putting that stuff in the pretty little bins outside so you can feel better about yourself, because that's really all you're doing by putting the stuff in your bins, is next thing you can do is you can start figuring out how to not buy stuff with that crap in. And so some of you are like, but Doc, I don't believe in global warming. I don't believe in climate change. I don't believe in any of that stuff. That's cool. You don't need to believe in any of that. It's just, I just don't think it's a good idea that we put toxic gick into the ground. I just think it's silly, Why not be responsible for what you buy? And if we start becoming responsible for what we buy, we can start convincing establishments they're responsible with what they package stuff in. Also, you're paying for that packaging. Like it or not, that's costing you money, because they have to package that stuff. And so, you're paying for it, and then you are responsible for throwing it away. So you're paying technically for it twice. You're paying for it to be stored, and then you're paying again to take somebody to have it take it away and put it in a landfill for you. That just doesn't seem very practical. That seems dumb. It seems like a waste of money. So you've already bought that packaging. Why not figure out a way to utilize it more and try to use it better? So every year we try different things. This particular year, I really slacked at my normal, really good at repurposing things. There was just a lot of stuff on my plate, so I didn't get good at that this year. So, and I'm pointing this out because I want you guys to know sometimes things ebb and flow. Sometimes you're awesome and you're doing everything that you're supposed to do. You'd be like, yeah, I'm the coolest ever. And other times you're just got too much on your plate. There's just too much going on in the world and you can't, be the awesome version of yourself you were just a couple months before. And I'm saying this because it's okay. It's all about doing the best. I mentioned the doing your best and trying all that as oftentimes as I can, because I don't want anybody to think that just because you can't do something once, or just because you don't have time to do it today, doesn't mean that it's not something to strive for in the future. And that, I repeat that because that's a lesson that you should be learning in all aspects of your life. If you're not eating good right now, that's okay. Recognize that and take the steps to start eating better tomorrow. If you're not recycling, you're not reusing, you're not avoiding the stuff that you should be using, that's okay. Take the points, take the idea, this drive, this idea that you want to do better, and start taking the steps to do better. So it's not about shaming you, and even though you should, because it's silly to not do some of these ideas, but it's not about shaming you. It's about figuring out what we can really do to make a difference. Baby steps. All about baby steps. We didn't get here by taking big leaps and bounds. We got here by taking lots of baby steps. So that's where we're at. So, have that little side spew over here in the weeds, because that's where I live, is mostly in the weeds. Because somehow I get pushed off on some subject and wander all the way over there. By the way, I'm trying to remember what I'm trying to do right now as I'm just talking about my mind wandering off in these. Okay, so we're gonna get some water. That's what we're doing right now. So now you're saying, okay, Doc, don't want to throw things away. I want to try to be conscious with what I buy at the grocery store, what I buy on Amazon. What can I do with the packaging and the leftover stuff? That is the sky. That is a great question. So we're going to talk about solutions. We're going to talk about things that you can do and things that you can try. Not going to be able to recycle everything, not going to be able to reuse everything, not going to be able to repurpose everything. It's just, right now, there's so much crap that we get. You just can't do it. So let's start off with something simple. Let's say you got yourself your Amazon box. First and foremost, if it's got the packing material in it, just save that stuff. You're going to ship something back. You're going to ship something at some point in the future. Why not have free packaging material? So save the stuff inside. This one happens to be full of leaves because boxes are very useful to store leaves in. Now you got a leftover box. Like, what am I doing with this leftover box? I suggest getting yourself a little bonfire pit, because you're a human and humans like playing with fire because fire's fun and cardboard burns. And so people like playing with fire. Fire's fun, cardboard burns, and now there's no more cardboard. Win-win, total win. Again, I didn't include anything that you need heat, that you need to cook any of that. It's just purely for leisure. Start off with your first step of like, it's just fun to burn shit. That's just, and if you haven't burned enough stuff in a while, because burning stuff is really fun. And I highly suggest doing it as often as you can, because I like to burn stuff. And I'm guessing that so would you. It's like, okay, Doc, great. But not one of those people that really just wants to burn stuff. What else can I do with that cardboard box besides just burn shit in it? Well, a really fun trick. You can fill it well. You can fill that cardboard box up with dirt, and you can grow potatoes in it. I like potatoes because their root and it holds the dirt in, and it's pretty simple. And when you're done, you can just open up the cardboard box or pull up the cardboard box, and the potatoes fall out. That's good. You could probably grow other stuff in it too. You could probably grow tomatoes and other things. I just think potatoes are just a good thing. And then over time, that cardboard box is going to be slowly disintegrating. And then you can till it into your garden, or you can break it up, or other options like that. You're like, okay, but Doc, I'm not going to grow potatoes in a box. That just sounds crazy. I'm not crazy like you. I don't grow potatoes in boxes. Okay, you can use it for mulch. So let's say that you are putting in a new path, or let's say that you are wanting, excuse me, let's say that you're wanting to, I don't know, kill the grass someplace. You can put that cardboard down over top of it, put some rocks on top of it, put some chunks of metal in it so it pins it into the ground, and you can use it for ground. You can use it to kill away the grass at the ground cover. So, you know, you can't till, you just need, but you need the grass killed and you need the weeds killed. Good option. That's something else that you can do with it. So there's 3 things with the cardboard box that we mentioned that you can do. 3 distinctly different things that you can do with cardboard that you can recycle. And I'm mentioning cardboard because it's one of the easiest. You know, you got a lot of it. You're kind of lazy. And it's pretty easy to do. Those 3. Now, if you want to be creative, there's some cool stuff you can do with it. You can like paint on it. You know, we used to paint. Artists and crap used to paint on whatever they had, and cardboard was something that people used to paint on. You know, if you can't afford something, you paint on it. It makes good yard signs. If you're gonna have a yard sale or something, you flip that over and you can paint on the side. So, insulation, another great option. My buddy Dwayne used it to insulate the top of his duck barn. Another great option to use it for. So, lots and lots of options that you can use cardboard for. And it's, again, one of the easiest. One of the basic, easiest levels to start off with. So next, and I like this concept. And I'm going to put I have a link in the Discord, which discord.gg/extract firefly. The link in the Discord, I'd like to show this video. But this dude took tin cans and took pop cans, and he made metal shingles with it. I'm like, I'm going to do that. There's some, when my sister brings down the 3D printer, or if I'm going to get my buddy Mock, maybe to print up the little thing, and it makes it easy to fold them into shape. But using old tin cans or using old pop cans to make shingles, metal shingles, dude. Now, that's not lazy shit. That's like level up stuff. That's like, I really want to save some money, and I'm going to eat a bunch of soup, and I'm going to drink a bunch of pop, and a bunch of that stuff sitting around. Pretty keen on that. So both of those require a couple pieces of equipment. But you know, I don't know if you guys tried to put a roof on anything or bought roofs. Roofs are expensive. You want to roof something small. So I think I'm going to try that on my, when we build, I'm going to try to build a shelter for the bees next year. I say try because I've been trying this for years. But if we get around to doing that, when we get around to, we're going to stick with when. When we get around to doing that next year, I think we're going to try that to the pop can roof. So there, again, pop, something you have a lot of. So let's just say, but Doc got you there. I don't drink pop in aluminum, and I don't eat soup in cans. Okay. Fair point. But you drink pop in 2 liters, because 2 liters are really good. You can cut that. What I like to do with the 2 liter is, and I'll show you guys later, is I like to cut almost all the way around it. I like to pull up 2 liter, poke holes in the bottom, fill it up with dirt, throw your plant inside, put some duct tape back down, seal that in. Got yourself a micro greenhouse. You can pour the water in through the top, or you can set it down into some water, and the water can seep up through the bottom. You can keep this nice little greenhouse for that individual plant, especially if you use like a 2 liter. That plant's got a lot of room to get big and bushy. it is a great way to grow lemon trees or citrus trees, or if you live in a cold region, stuff that needs to stay warmer. You just pop that in your windowsill, give it some warm water, make sure it stays a little bit warm. And you just use that pop can, that plastic pop bottle. You can do the same thing. You can do the same thing with the smaller ones. You got to transplant a little bit more often if you do that. But there's a whole nother level up thing. So the other thing that you can do is you can take that pop can, you can cut it in half, put it sideways, glue them together with some epoxy glue, and you just made yourself a cheap set of gutters. Cheap set of gutters. And remember, guys, you're paying for that plastic. That pop, cheap. Plastic, expensive. You are paying for that. You are paying for that plastic. So instead of paying for it twice, instead of paying for you to bring it and carry it to your house, instead of you paying for it to be thrown back into a landfill, you can pay for it twice. Now, there's the third option. It's not environmentally friendly. It's not clean. It's not a good idea. But you can like burn that stuff down and make like a molten plastic and make yourself some napalm or do some other fun things with it. Not suggesting, not saying it's a good idea. So, by the way, Lurker, you make little panels out of each of them, and the way you bend it is they stack on top of each other, kind of like easiest way to refer to that. Kind of, if you've ever put on kind of like shingles, or other things. But yes, absolutely, long time. Don't want to probably do this for a big roof unless you're trying to save a crap ton of money and you've got a crap ton. If you've got no money but a lot of time, great project. Perfect project for that, because it is absolutely crazy. Like doing cedar, yes, or shale. Absolutely. That's exactly what it's like. But I want to try it. I just want to see if it's doable. You know, you just never know. Just never know. It might be really fun for a little like doghouse or something. So, okay, we need to go grab the other. We need to go grab the other containers. So I can keep filling them up with water. So what else? Let's talk about some other things that you can. So again, cardboard. You should be recycling all of your cardboard. You shouldn't be throwing cardboard away. That's just throwing cardboard away is rookie numbers. Why does it say I have weak connection? Weak connection. This is weak, man. So let's see if that fixed anything. I told my new phone to not give me weak connection, and maybe that'll fix it. Or I lost you guys. I don't know. One of the two happened. We'll see. And you'll get some water because that's where we're at right now. Okay. So next, clothes. This is something that our grandparents, great-grandparents used to be awesome at, and we suck at because our clothes is so damn cheap. And that is recycling. I'm just recycling. That is mending. Which is just recycling clothes. Which is mending your clothes. You should be mending your clothes. There's the water container. The water container's right here. You should be mending your clothes. So, or you should have your girl mend your clothes, or you should have your dude mend your clothes, or have your kids mend your clothes, or I don't know, hire a buddy to mend your clothes for you. But like, we should be mending clothes. I mean, in reality, you should be rarely buying new clothes. I don't know if you guys been to a Goodwill recently, or like Salvation Army, or like thrift store. If you've gone to the good ones, or like the church rummage sales and stuff like that. So, yeah, making shoes, dude, that's level up. That's level up shit. I'm just trying to say we're lazy here, and we're trying to think of things that, we can do with the junk we've got sitting around. But no, man, I would love to make shoes. Making shoes sounds cool. I just don't have time, so. So mending, this is something like putting a patch on something. This is something like, sewing your clothes back together after they rip, which I'm not very good at, but I'll just keep wearing ripped clothes. So I'm not too worried about that. But mending your clothes, or if you can't mend your clothes, let's just like, you get to the point, you're just like, you know what, Doc, you haven't seen my t-shirts. They are unmendable. Well, you can make rags out of them. Or you can make rugs out of them. Or you can, I don't know, make something to hang for birds out of them. I don't know, set it up so birds can use it for that. Or just don't throw it away. It's just silly. We're so quick on throwing everything away. And again, throwing something away just means that you're paying more money for it. It means that you are paying somebody to take that away for you. You're just like, yep, I paid for this. I don't want it anymore. I'm going to pay you to get rid of it. Now, it doesn't feel like a lot because we pay people very little to take things away. But really, what you're doing is you're paying someone to take something off your hands. And one, it's not very responsible. Two, there's got to be another use for it. And I'm not telling you to be a hoarder. Don't miscue my hoarding, my love of hoarding, and trying to push her on that peer pressure that you should also be a hoarder. No, no, no. I'm just saying that you should find ways to not throw your shit away and spend more money. Because again, we're trying to save money. As things keep getting crazier in this world, we're going to need to figure out ways to start saving money. And not just saving money, like putting money in the side, because that just seems dumb too. Like with inflation and such, I don't know, putting money in the bank just seems dumb. What you want to do is you want to invest in something that's going to either last you a long time, something you can reuse a lot, or something that's going to make you regularly make you more money, like fruit trees. Fruit trees, great way to make more money. Or food. Okay, back off of my tangent of don't throw away clothes. I need to look at my cheat sheet because I'm starting to go off into the weeds again, and my cheat sheet is here to help keep me in line. By the way, guys, if you are interested in just kind of, I don't know, helping me out a bit, I'm trying to improve my writing skills. So I am using, if you guys have heard of Substack, so it's Extractor Firefly on Substack. I'm writing some articles on there. I'm kind of writing a little podcast. I'm writing like a little review of all of my podcasts. I'm just trying to, I want to be better at writing. And so I am practicing different types of writing techniques on there. So if you guys have some time, you want to jump over there, you want to check it out, read what I write, tell me what you think. I want honest opinions. I don't want you guys to blow smoke up my ass. I want honest opinions. If you're going to go over there, if you're going to bother and read something for me, you better tell me what you think about it. I don't want you to go over there and be like, oh, that's beautiful, Doc. You're such a beautiful wordsmith. No, I want you to tell me like, no, that doesn't sound like you at all, Doc. Did you use, like, that sounds like you're a GPT. And that's what I want to hear. Whatever is true. Back to the regular schedule programming. So we talked about reusing. We talked about recycling. We talked a little bit about repairing when it comes to mending. We should reduce. If there's something you don't need, like if you know that you're going to waste it, it's kind of dumb to buy it. Bad at that. I like bulk. I like to get lots of stuff. I also try not to waste it because I got a pig and I got chickens and I got animals to give it to. So rarely do I ever waste anything. But I don't like to waste things. And if you saw my refrigerator, you'd notice I definitely don't like to waste anything because I got stuff in there forever. I eat old soup because, you know, just because the date says it's bad, it's really not bad. A little bit of survivalist as well. A hoarding survivalist. You know, crazy like that. The fun kind of crazy like that. So I don't know what that sounds like. Does it sound crazy when I reach in there and get water? Anyways. So recycling, reduce, reuse, repair. But the next thing you can do, and this is level up stuff. This is like level 3 shit here. So the next thing you can do is start growing your own stuff. So like a good example is you or your girl goes and buys like loofahs. Grow some loofahs at your house. Grow your own stuff. That gets rid of the packaging. And you might even be able to like trade that loofah for like to your friends or to somebody else. Or sell it at a farmer's market where you're not required to put in any type of packaging. So then they can buy loofahs from somebody that's cool like you, and that loofah doesn't have to be coated in packaging. And again, packaging means it doesn't cost you money to package it up. It doesn't cost them money to throw it away. We're winning. And see, I say all this stuff and it feels so common sense to me, but we're so bad at it. We in this Western world got so blessed with how awesome everything is at our fingertips. And I'm not, don't mistake what I'm saying is shaming us. I think it's awesome. I love it. But we forget sometimes that the rest of the world doesn't always have these same luxuries that we do. And there could be a time that there's people here in our own country that don't have that same ability to just buy whatever they want. It's easy to forget. So grow your own shit. That means like I said, grow your own loofahs. That means, like, you know, maybe get some chickens, have some eggs. Can't have chickens, get some quail. Cool thing about that is you don't gotta go packaging at the store. When you buy those bags of feed can be super useful because they're actually like a nice heavy duty plastic. Me and Lisa make shopping bags out of those. Or sometimes we do other interesting things. When I say me and Lisa, I'm saying Lisa. Okay, I just take the credit for, you know, being there as moral support. So, man, this is wavy today. Lost my train of thought again. Bad ADD day, guys. Bad ADD day. Win it. So yeah, with those bags that you're going to feed your chickens or your quail with, you can recycle those. There's some cool stuff you can do with them. They also just make good, like, you can cut them open and they make good, like, plastic wallpaper for, like, the inside of your barn or something. And helps stop stuff from penetrating in, which is a good, something we always look forward to. Always trying to find ways to not spend a lot of money and make things nicer, better, cleaner, healthier. So I need to look at my cheat sheet again. In my pocket. Ah, yes. So the next thing that you can do, and this is a simple one. This is a 2-leveler. First off, making your own food. So this might mean buying something from the store and cooking it up yourself, or it could mean growing your own stuff and then cooking it up. But like for example, if you start, if you start making your own food stuffs, like, one, you're not going to buy the packaging and stuff, like brownies. Dude, it is a lot better to make your own brownies, even if you're making it out of the box, because you got less waste than you do if you take those same brownies and you buy it from, like, a Sam's, or you buy it from one of the establishments. Plus it tastes better because then you can, like, make it the way you want. So even if it's just as simple as making it Betty Crocker style out of a box, again, that is a form, that is a way of reducing and recycling, because you have control over what you're putting in your body, because you can at least read the ingredients, but you can also do the serving size. So the other thing is you should, you know, instead of buying a lot of the meats and such, you should be figuring out ways to, you know, maybe contact some of your buddies. And if you're going to be eating lots of meat, contact some of your buddies and split up, like getting a cow. And that way it requires less packaging. It's not sitting there. And again, you know, it's the reason I'm against the packaging is because it's, one, for such a long time, we would just ship our trash over to somebody else and make it somebody else's problem. And that's just not cool. Not a big fan of making something that we have like somebody else's problem. You know, I don't like this whole not in my backyard mindset. This nimbly, like, most people that have this not in my backyard mindset are easy to ship something away and make somebody else's problem. If I did something, I made a decision, it's my problem. I want to solve it when I can. If I can't, then yeah, I can use some help or get some ideas from somebody else. But in general, I want to solve it. And so reducing our waste products is a good way. Plus, I just don't really, you know, maybe it's my Jew nose or my Jew pattern baldness. I don't know. But I just really don't like paying more for something when I don't have to. And throwing something away and paying someone to take that away, even if it's pennies, just feels, I don't know, just feels silly to me. If I'm going to pay someone to take something away, it better be something like big and bulky and like industrially toxic that I'm just like, oh shit, I don't know how I'm going to deal with this. This is way outside of my wheelhouse. I haven't came across too many things like that in my life. You know, hence the reason I still have like 7 cars in my driveway. You know, why get rid of a car? Perfectly good. You can use it for storage and future bank, maybe a power hub. You know, add max that shit if I have to. Man, I am digressing. I am all over the place today. Let's back around. Concentrate. Concentrate, Daniel-san. Concentrate. So, cooking, making food, doing things like that. Just good step. I also think all of you, every one of you, everyone that's watching this, you need to make something. Something needs to be your signature dish. I don't care if your signature dish is like no-bake cookies or Jell-O or fried chicken or chili. You, right there, pointing at you, right there, you should have a signature dish. Something that, like, when people know you and you show up to a gathering, to a party, to a family thing, they're just like, oh, dude's here, chick's here. They bring their so-and-so. One of my signature dishes is, I really, really enjoy making Watergate salad. It's the pistachio pudding with like fruit in it. I particularly use oranges and little marshmallows and whipped cream. But other people can do it slightly different. But you need to have a signature dish and feed it to your friends. Also, because you're not gonna put that in a temporary thing. You're gonna put that in something permanent. So you're gonna be recycling, reusing, and feeding the world, because we just spend so much time not doing this. And then it gets into the beginning steps, because I think that, and I'm guilty, we haven't done it in a while, but we need to get back. Everybody should be back into, because it's so easy and it doesn't take so much effort. We've just been slacking at it. Everybody's been slacking at it. It's back to making homemade bread. It's one of the things, like, our ancestors knew how to do this forever. Bread is super easy to make. And most of us are just like, I'll just go to the store and grab some shitty white bread and make me a sandwich. Why? Because it's easy. Guilty. And Lisa is awesome at making bread. And we just, for some reason, slack at that. And it's a ridiculously silly thing to slack at. Because making bread is fun, and it's easy, and it falls in that category if we're talking about wanting to recycle. It's a good thing to do. So I need to go, because now we're going to go to fixing. There's a hole. I don't know if you guys can see a blow up there. Somewhere right there. I got some duct tape. American-made duct tape. Which means it probably won't work as good, unfortunately. I'm going to go get my little stepping stool that's in there. I can stand there. We can tape this bad boy down. Because why not? Well, because it's a chore I have to do. So that's why. Why not? Because I have to do it. So if you notice, this is underlayment. This is from another project I had in the past. And so reusing the underlayment to put a roof on this building worked really well. This stuff held up for about 2 years, and it's finally not holding up anymore, which is a shame. But so we got duct tape. We're going to do what all good people do, is duct tape will fix it, or at least fix it for a bit. Felt paper would be good. Absolutely agree. Just didn't have any. The other downfall here is, I guess felt paper would work. I just need bigger staples, because I don't have a lot of wood up here. As you can see, the wind makes it pop up a little bit. Felt paper's a good idea. Yeah, I'm actually this synthetic underlayment is I'm actually very impressed with it. So it has lasted for almost 2 years, even in the extremely windy environment that we live in. And besides it ripping over here, probably because I pulled it a little too tight, it did its job. Oh, this is gonna be ugly. This is gonna be ugly. But we'll get it. We'll get it, guys. It's gonna take a few more pieces of duct tape than I thought. So, oh yeah, that is good stuff. The winter stuff. I'll have to. That's something I should maybe think about looking for next time. Is the stuff that's a little bit stronger than this. So. Yeah, I'm already not too exactly happy. My prediction about the American duct tape is starting to look like it's holding up. I might have to come up with another idea so that later in the year when I have to come and fix this again I'll probably want to fix it again this year. So, look at it like this. I don't have to fix it again this year. This is a good enough fix for the year. I'll have to do it again next year in January, which, will be a different year. So, won't feel like I'm wasting my time. When you can't do things right, do it with duct tape. Now, part of the reason I'm doing this right now is I know that we have some snow. We have some snow coming this weekend, and I just want to get this patched. And I want to get something in place, because if I don't do anything, it will absolutely get worse. Or at least with this, it'll help. I missed it. It was just a little too slow. I was a little too slow. I thought I saw something pop up on the screen. So, but yeah, we're supposed to get a couple inches of snow, which is winter. So awesome. I like snow. I think snow is good. I wish we'd have lots of snow. The more snow, the better. Something else I'm going to try in the future, guys. I'm going to try that thing where while you're live streaming, it reads the comments out loud. I'm always a little leery of that. I know you guys pretty well. And if I had it read out stuff, you'd get a kick out of saying lots of silly things. Part of the reason I never incorporated that into the mix. So I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna touch up a couple more spots over here. I'm gonna touch over a couple more spots over there first, just to make sure it's looking good and doing its thing. I think I'm pretty happy with my ridiculously cheap duct tape fix. So I liked duct tape when I was a kid. We threw a concert. It was in '97. Threw a concert at my house called Duct Tape Fest. called duct tape vest because we put together the stages. My dad helped me make some extension cords. And the stage was made out of wooden pallets. And what else was it made out of? Wooden pallets and duct tape. And we had a handful of my buddies were in a band. We're in a couple bands. We had, I think, 4 bands show up there. It was pretty fun. Blue Bob was the headliner band. And we had the Jizz Nuts. And we had a dude, Makea was his name. He just did experimental music. It was fun. We sold t-shirts and had probably about 150, 200 people show up. Cops only came twice. So good times. Definitely good times. Miss the 90s. But love the technology of today. So, you know, I miss the mindset of the 90s. Wish we still lived in part of that world. I don't know, though. The 90s did have Tipper Gore. And, you know, sometimes you do have to remind yourself of not everything was, you know, gangster rap and techno and rock and roll. Sometimes you had Tipper Gore trying to, you know, make Walmart rename their album. So instead of saying rape me, it said rake me. So, you know, you had those issues of the 90s. And we tend to overlook. We look back fondly on the nostalgia of the 90s and forget about some of the silly things, you know, Rodney King. Why can't everyone just get along? And Reginald Denny. OJ. If the glove don't fit, you gotta acquit. Well, let's go on our daily walk. We'll walk out to the field and walk back around because that is just what is fun to do. As soon as I get around the barn, we will switch over and go for a walk. Look at the sky. Starting to, the outside vibe is starting to feel like snow. The clouds. We'll walk out in the field, you'll be able to see it. But it's starting to get that snow vibe. See, they're using it again there for the side of my barn. Plastic stuff's good, so. What else? Yeah, see, poke, poke, poke. Not even good at that. It's our chemtrail a bit. There's some drippy chemtrails too. So I've been trying to affect my weather too bad. Need some coffee. Need some more coffee, guys. Be definitely an afternoon coffee day. So the cloud's getting a little hazy. But what I want to show you is we're going to peek back over west a bit. And I want to show you what's happening in the wild, wild west. So the sky's looking kind of cool over there. So if you guys look, you guys can see there's some, you can see the sun, and then there's some switch clouds stacking up. So we're starting to get the stacks. But then right here, we peek up and we're starting to get the what are called like mackerel crowds. I call them like popcorn. Starting to get some of those slowly creeping over. And then just chemtrailing like crazy right here. So silly chemtrailing. And those are chemtrails, not contrails. Chemtrails stay, contrails is there. So you look, playing chemtrailing right now, caught in the act. Right there. Spraying my sky. Looking at the crows are, I don't know what the crows are. I think they're just riding the wave. They're riding the wind currents right now. They're doing some cool things. What's cool about this time of year is how quiet it actually is outside. It's an interesting quiet. Normally I like hearing the bugs. Winter's kind of fun because of the quiet. You can kind of hear the wind rustling in the leaves, rustling through the trees, rustling through the high grasses. And my blackberry patch, this is actually a snowberry. My snowberry patch just looks spectacular. Snowberries really like it here. Yeah, if we listen carefully, guys, I'm just gonna take. I don't know if you guys can hear the wind whipping through. Oh, that sounds really cool. Yeah, that would be cool to see that in the morning. I don't know if you guys, it's really cool standing next to these trees right now because they're making a really fun, just a nice, comfortable windbreak sound where just like the wind is just gently whipping through the leaves. Well, the needles on these guys. It sounds really cool. Very happy. And then you can see how the shadow, they're keeping it, this particular part of the cemetery in the shadows. Let's see if there's anything else I forgot in my little conversation that we were having. Watching the crows. So we talked about going beyond recycling today. Talked about the different ways that you can reduce, reuse, recycle, repair, and mend. Burning old paper, using old Amazon boxes for your gardening. Many different practices with that. Keeping all the packaging material inside so when you need to repackage something, you have the ability to repackage it. Talked about growing your own food, preparing your own food, and everything on how that's just all around cool. That you have a signature dish. We talked about how you should have a signature dish. We didn't get around talking about repairing your tools, but you should. I like to buy used tools. I like to try to figure out different ways to repair it. One of my favorites is if you've got old copper piping, especially copper pipe you're not sure what you're going to do with. It actually makes pretty good handles for things like hose and rakes. Not so good for shovels, but hose and rakes does a good job of making handles for those because you can like weld those on or copper solder them on. Lots of different things. So that's a good thing. I like to try to, find other ways, sometimes with wood. Sometimes if you've got just a really good shovel, it might actually be worth going out and buying a good carbon fiber handle. Just because if it's just that good of a shovel, why not? Why not have a good handle for it? And anytime I'm at yard sales, I'm just gonna tell you a little trick, man. Anytime I'm at yard sales, I look for tools. Or that's one of the things that I ask everybody to donate to the nonprofit. Is if people want to donate stuff and they're just like, Doc, I'd like to donate, but I don't really want to give money. I get it. But what can I give you? I'm just like, dude, you got old tools, or you know if anybody has old tools, have them drop me off tools here, because I can always use tools. I'm working on, when I start getting interns and when we start doing other things, we're going to have a tool library, so that we pretty much will get to the point where we can have almost every tool that people can think of. We'll have them here so people can check them out and they can use them. So if they need to do a project or they need to do something, we will have tools or have access to the tools so they can try their craft out. They can try something, because that's one of the things that I want with my interns. If someone's coming here to be an intern, I want them to be able to like experiment. I want them to try things. I want them to push the envelope and do things that they would not normally be able to do. And that an intern could be like just some of you guys coming in and staying for a day or staying for a couple days. That's what I'm considering an intern as well. Just anybody that wants to come help out, wants to do things, wants to just experiment, wants to have the opportunity. Like, you know, maybe you're living in an area where you can't, you know, have a bonfire. But you want to like practice starting bonfires. Well, we got a bonfire kit, we got, you know, bonfire pit. So we can, you know, play around in that. Or maybe you want to work on a tractor, or maybe you want to do a bunch of stuff. So I was talking to my buddy Sean today. Actually, maybe it was yesterday. I was talking to him yesterday about it. One of the things that we really, me and him talked about, that we're probably going to be adding to the Mavis Institute rather soon, because it's just, we're just seeing it needing more in the world. We're going to put it off for a couple of years, but I think it's something that we're going to doing is we're going to start adding adulting classes. We're going to start teaching skills. So just simple, like, and I'm not talking like complicated stuff. I'm talking like bottom of the run, bottom skills, like how to do simple things like rewire a light, or heck, even it might even get down to the point where like teach me how to change tires or change your own oil, or just things like, we just want to get to the point of skills that parents didn't know that they was important to teach their children, or people just didn't learn. And instead of like laughing and pointing at you like, you're an idiot, and you don't know how to do things, instead of any of that, it's about how can we help you? How can we help bring you up? Let's see, what do you not know how to do that you would like to know how to do? How can we teach you? What, if I can't teach you, how can somebody else show you a way to do this? How can we make sure that when you leave here, you have the confidence to have that skill, to do that task that you desired to do? So I'm trying to figure out how I can incorporate more of those things in the next coming years, because I don't know. I'm fearful that things are going to get, I'm fearful that we're going to get to the point where the elite and the bad people are going to control too many of our everyday friends. And I don't want that, and I'm going to figure out ways to be able to counteract that. And the best way I think to do that is to start teaching simple skills. You know, and again, I don't know everything, and that's why we'll have a variety of educators, variety of teachers, doing different groups of workshops, finding people that want to come in and want to teach, that want to share their knowledge, and then connect them with people that want to learn this knowledge, because that's where we're going in the future. Is we live, if you guys aren't aware of this yet, the currency of the 21st century is your attention. Attention is the new currency, because if you've got someone's attention, your message can be spread to them. It used to be, you know, Hollywood used to have a stranglehold on your attention. The newspapers used to have a stranglehold on your attention. But now, in this creator economy that we live in this way that you and me can be sitting here, you can be sitting at your house, I can be sitting on my steps, we can be having an interactive conversation, and I can be teaching you something, I can be telling you things, or you could be teaching me things, or you could be telling me things, and we can do this together. That's where we're going. So, and if you guys haven't realized it yet, the population is going to keep getting smaller. 2 reasons. 1, because people aren't procreating anymore, and 2, because whatever bad thing that they've convinced all the people to do throughout the course of their life, the population is getting smaller and smaller, regardless of what the fearmongers want to say, you know, if you ever watched that Bill Gates talk where he talked about how we had a bunch of numbers and we needed to reduce one of them. Well, where the carbon that they're reducing? So just keep that in mind. So that means that every human, every one of us is valuable. Even that guy that you just can't stand and you're very angry at and you just don't understand what the purpose of it. They seem like a useless eater. There is a skill for that person. They just don't know how to find it yet. And they were never told. Maybe no one gave them the right attention and they don't know where to go. So we're here. I'm here to help find ways that we can all thrive in this coming world, because that is it. We can thrive. The pockets of thriving are there. It's just like we can have little oases in the desert. Maybe storms go through and then we got to clean up the oasis again, but we're all resilient. We will get past all of this. We will thrive. We will be awesome. You know, times will be tough. Storms will come. We'll rebuild. Bigger, better, stronger, smarter, cooler, and keeping these skills going from generation to generation to generation. Not just us, not just our kids, not just our grandkids, but keeping the knowledge that me and you have. It's all of you out there, keeping that knowledge that me and you have. Make that sure that knowledge gets penetrated 4 generations, 5 generations down, so that our legacies, our stories, our morals, our mindsets, our stuff survives. In fact, friends, I think I'm off. I'm going to go check to see if Lisa has any more to do. So if you want to see us wandering and we'll stay around, you can jump over to the Mavis Pharmacy here on DLive, the Mavis Pharmacy cam, and watch us do our thing. And if you're watching anywhere else, check out the, I think it's Mavis Pharmacy on Kick too. But yeah, check out the Mavis Pharmacy. That's pharmacy spelled with an F. That's the 24/7 cam of my farm. You guys can see us working and doing stuff from time to time. But anyways, friends, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you for joining me on this little adventure today. Got some chores done. It's awesome. Always love it when you guys are here. So till tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday, so I'll probably do another show tomorrow. So till tomorrow, it's Doc, Lurking, and everybody else that was here. Thanks for participating. It's always fun having you guys here. So, till tomorrow. Adios.